Happy almost New Year's. I'm Kep Crabb, founder of Larger Story. Our Larger Story team is grateful for the ways you've prayed and partnered with us this last year. Whether at the summit, in online groups, or during webinars, many of you have shared with us what God's been doing in your hearts and lives. And it's our joy to come alongside you as witnesses to the Holy Spirit's work. And that leads us to where we see Him directing us in 2023.
Happy New Year, Larger Story family. My name is Carlene Cannon, and I'm the Director of Content and Product Development here at Larger Story. I'm excited to tell you about our new digital course, Experiencing a Grand Adventure, that's designed to offer a gentle introduction to Larry's transformational teaching. Utilizing the 7 questions of spiritual theology as an organizing framework, it explores the 4 major themes of his life work: living with the Trinity in their larger story, the tension between the old and new way found in New Covenant theology, the sanctifying self-awareness of knowing your red dot, and the skills and confidence to have conversations that matter. These are all woven together to provide a solid foundation for the life of relational holiness modeled by Jesus and described in the scriptures. This course will offer you an opportunity to engage with others in your family and community with the reframing realities that Larry taught in his many books and events. When embodied in healthy connections, these truths have the power to cross generational divides and tear down the walls that separate us, within our churches, our communities, and even our families. We look forward to sharing this with you in early 2023. Thank you for being part of our ministry. May God bless you and keep you and give you peace in the new year.
Hi friends, Chris Gamble here, the Operations Director at Larger Story. I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about our upcoming podcast called the Spiritual Relating Podcast. Starting at the end of January, each of the Larger Story team seen in this video will be hosting a monthly segment where we'll bring on some of our favorite friends to dive into topics under the overarching umbrella of spiritual relating. Some of those topics that we'll be covering will be how to be a spiritual friend, why knowing your story matters, how to reach the next generation for Christ, how to put Christ on display in our families, just to name a few. Through the episodes, we hope to model honest spiritual conversations that ultimately invite us all to discover the story God is telling in and through our relationships. These episodes will be available on all major streaming platforms. We hope to see you there.
I'm back to share with you about Off Track, the working title for the next Crabb book. This is one of the last 2 manuscripts produced by Dr. Crabb, my dad, before he passed. I think this book is very timely given today's current moral temperature. Crabb talks about the one sin that all of us are guilty of and why we all need Jesus, while he also dives into what being off track really looks like and how we can get back on track. So be looking for this new book, this new Crabb book in 2023.
Hi, I'm Rosie M. Moore, Communications Director at Larger Story. During each quarter of 2023, Larger Story's new Reading and Relating Book Club invites you to a 3-month-long community deep dive into one of Larry's books with a Zoom meeting at the end of each month. Richard Cook, one of our spiritual directors, will guide our discussion and how we've been impacted by what we read. Then we'll break into triads for more personal sharing. I have long wanted to expand our ability to connect people who are serious about becoming like Jesus in the way that they interact with those around them. So invite a friend or family member, and together join us in January for Larger Story's Reading and Relating Book Club. Happy New Year.
Our Larger Story team is looking forward to getting to know and serve you better in 2023. If you'd like to support our outreach efforts and upcoming projects, please donate before December 31st for your gift to be matched. And as this new year unfolds, may we all live faithfully in the larger story that God is telling.